Gotta turn my blue light filter off. Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're just gonna be giving a quick update on what's going on around Avdiivka. Really quick, I want to say thank you to all the love you guys showed my album when I linked that in the last video. The streams like tripled overnight. That was ridiculous. I wasn't expecting that, and I just want to say thanks. That'll still be in the description if you haven't checked it out. Alright, so it's mostly completely good news today by Avdiivka. The first thing is, this line isn't the front line. I was under the assumption that this was the front line because a lot of pro-Ukrainian sources I think were feeling pessimistic about the fall of Avdiivka and started to treat Russian claims as truth. But the truth is, everything between this red and black line was just Russian claimed. So this is what the actual front line looks like. So I had to take like 10 minutes to redraw that and make sure I got it right. So like I was saying, the Russians had briefly captured Tonenke, but the Ukrainians were able to push them out of the settlement. The good thing about this frontline situation is that it keeps the Russians away from the main Ukrainian defense line. That goes through Umanske up through Semenivka and Berdichi. It's good because there's a big hill right here and a river blocking their path. So just geographically, this was the best place to set it up. It's actually really important that the Ukrainians recaptured Tonenke because it's going to stop the Russians from flanking Orlivka. As you can see, there's two rivers in this region which would impede troop movement. Right now, the Russians have to try to attack Orlivka from across another river in through just this one vector. If they're able to push between this area with the two rivers, they can go up and probably flank Orlivka from the south, adding in a new vector of attack. But the problem is, if they do that, if they advance through this little ridge, the Ukrainians from Tonenke can shoot at them from across the river. So Tonenke acts as a little bit of a crutch, preventing Russian movement in this little gap area right here. If they had control over Tonenke, you can see that advancing through here would be pretty easy, and then it would have the Ukrainians have to fall back to their main line. If we take a look at the satellite map, you can see this is just north of Tonenke. The Ukrainians are holding defense in this tree line right here and connecting it across into Orlivka. Orlivka itself has nice geography because right in front of this lake, it looks like there's some barns and agricultural buildings which would be good for holding ammunition, as well as a big tree line right here connecting the defense and just making it more synergetic. I don't think that's a word. Up through here going north to, I don't even know what settlement this is. I should probably turn on the names of the settlements, that'll make it easier. But going up north to Berdichi, it's just pretty much tree line defense with a nice little central tree ravine looking thing to help everything out. Up north by Berdichi is mostly just tree lines and probably trenches that don't show up yet on the satellite imagery. So right now, this probably isn't a permanent defense situation because the geography and everything back here is a lot better. You can see there's big pools of water going through the main defense line, as well as lots of tree lines to fall back on, which I don't need to go over all of those. But right now, the situation is stabilizing for another reason, which, like everything in this war, is drone. The Ukrainians have these drones with first-person view cameras on them, and they are just destroying so much Russian equipment with them. Yeah, so these drones have had a major impact, just destroying thousands of Russian equipment, just different pieces all across the entire front. Some of them have night vision too and can just go in at night attacks. It's ridiculous. But that's all I've got. This blue light filter is burning my eyes. I really need to just turn this down. Please just